Good, how you doing? Congratulations, man. When you guys get to Huh? One of you sit on the end. Okay. Your mom or your dad there. Your mom or your dad there. And then one of you can sit in there if you want. That way I got a good angle right at the He's 2 years old.
Oh, he said here it is. Whatever you want. Go sit there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's February 26th, 1992, and we await the arrival of 1991 Citizens of the Year, Stan and Sharon Siegel. We're here at the Evergreen Restaurant in Milford, Pennsylvania. It's a fine night, and everybody is waiting for the excitement to begin. So stay with us here on Access 8 Television. Hey, Stan. I'll do this thing.
She called up wondering where I was going.
We did it! We did it!
Hey, Sharon, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, Sharon, congratulations.
was supposed to wear one, I would have.
Sharon and Stan, do you want to sit down and we'll start our program, and then you can say hi to everybody in a little while.
Wait, I opened that one.
Did you know it?
Did I know what? I thought it was you. I figured they set me up so I could do you. What are you doing here?
We come to see you.
Holy heck, I don't believe
I hope everyone can hear me, can you? Back there in the corner too, can you hear me all right?
We do. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Janice McCann, and I'm Associate Editor of the Tri-State Gazette. On behalf of the Gazette, I'd like to welcome you to the 27th Annual Citizen of the Year Awards Ceremony, held in honor of the person or persons in our community we think best exemplifies the spirit of volunteerism. Our winners this year, and I say winners, and I know that's a surprise to Sharon, are Sharon and Stan Siegel of Port Jervis. And I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about them. Ladies first, Sharon. Sharon was born July 23rd, 1954, to Lowell and Pat Holtz. She was baptized at the Ryle Methodist Church, which was next door to the Holtz home. Being a volunteer started early in Sharon's life. She was a Girl Scout, a candy striper, and was active in starting a teen center on Pike Street in the old offices of the Union Gazette, called the Yak Shack. Sharon's mom says she was a great help to her with her 5 younger brothers and sisters. She loved school and had lots of friends that she invited to birthday sleepover parties. Her mom says she also liked helping people and animals. When Sharon was 10, she wanted to help a chipmunk that was in the barn and couldn't get out. She chased it and grabbed it by the tail, which came off in her hand. And she stood there screaming with the tail in her hand. Since that time, Sharon has been more successful at helping others. Although I think she would not be opposed to a little tail twisting yet to accomplish her goals. Among her accomplishments, she was a founder and served as secretary of her children's PTA, served as team mother for a soccer team, was a founder and secretary of POOR, a consumer group which acted as watchdog on a local utility company, and as a result was appointed to the Governor's Citizens Utility Board. She is chairman of Friends of Recreation, which raised funds to purchase the Church Street ball field. She is a volunteer for Access 8 TV and still manages to hold a job in the office at the Delaware Valley Elementary School, where Sharon helped organize a holiday party for the needy. If that isn't enough, she aids senior citizens in filling out their income tax forms. Stan Siegel was born in St. Francis Hospital in Port Jervis on May 2nd, 1947. He weighed 8 pounds and 7 ounces. And according to his mother, Anne, he was a beautiful baby. And a good baby. He was so beautiful, in fact, that one day when his mother was shopping in Middletown, she left Stan in his carriage and ran into a store for a minute. When she came out, a woman was holding Stan in her arms and said to Mrs. Siegel, "I just had to pick this baby up. He is so beautiful." This beautiful boy, aside from being in charge of quality control at C&D Power Systems in Huguenot, will receive his bachelor's degree in June, something else his mother and whole family are very proud of. Among the many volunteer organizations Stan Siegel is a part of are the Friends of Recreation, CORE, Boy Scout Troop 173, and Cub Scout Pack 173, and he helped to organize a scout troop which is especially for disabled boys. He's a volunteer for the Port Jervis Fire Police and a coach for the Tri-State Area Youth Soccer League. He is currently serving a term as president of Access 8 TV. Stan is a U.S. Army Vietnam War veteran and was involved with Sharon in the adoption by the Delaware Valley School District of Mia POW Jack Pierce of Milford. Stan still wears Pierce's bracelet in his memory. Stan and Sharon Siegel met when she was a waitress in a coffee shop, and someone dared Stan to ask her out. He said he was sure she wouldn't go out with him, but went to the shop every day for coffee and left $1 tip. Until he got up his nerve. He asked Sharon to go to the Playboy Club on their first date, and she thought it would be her only chance to go there, so she said yes. They didn't like each other much at first. Perhaps it was because Sharon's father followed them in the car and but something must have clicked because they got engaged on Valentine's Day and were married in September 1973. The Siegels have 2 sons who they have inspired to be as active in the community as they are. Brian, a 17-year-old high school senior, is an Access 8 volunteer. This winter, he won first place locally in Billboard Magazine's Young Songwriters Contest with his band Missing Places. Last summer, he organized a band to march with a local company in the Firemen's Parade and donated the band's earnings to help save the Church Street ball field. Brian is the editor of his school newspaper and active in many more organizations. Kevin Siegel, their other son, is 13 and also a member of Access 8 TV. He is currently completing his Eagle Scout project, and he helped to organize a group of volunteers to relocate the Access 8 TV studios and implemented a computer system to catalog their videos. It seems I could go on and on with the accomplishments of this remarkable family, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce them to you. Citizens of the Year for 1991, Sharon and Stan Siegel. The Siegels were nominated for this honor by many, many people. And I'd like to read you a few excerpts from their nominating letters. Everybody knows the almost superhuman job of the Siegels saving the Church Street field for city recreation and knitting the community together. They are not silent, passive supporters, but hard-working doers. Sensational best describes Sharon and Stanley Siegel, and those nice words come from Marion Roner. They are 2 of the most positive-minded people Port Jervis will ever know, Jean and Fran Hughes. They are honest, caring people with the intelligence and ambition to do all things possible. Sharon's pleas at the council meeting to save the ball field brought tears to my eyes. Sherry Lee Herman. Stan is a devoted father, husband, and friend. I speak from experience because he's always there when you need him, no matter what. Sharon Jenks. Even when barriers were thrown in their way, they worked day and night to see this dream come true. Doris and George Hammond. A love of their community has been instilled in their children. The love and kindness and sense of responsibility and pride with which these children have been raised has filled my husband and myself with so much pride. Mom and Dad Holtz. I stood by Sharon's side and watched her work her magic, and I was impressed not only with her dedication, but her skills in keeping politics out of the drive to save the field in an election year. Ted Kuykendall. This couple is an asset to the community. They do not let the grass grow on any project. They go for it and see that it is carried through, not caring about the time it will take them. Maureen Farr. These are wonderful words from many fine people. We at the Tri-State Gazette feel the honor of being Citizen of the Year should seek the person. The person should not seek the honor. In that spirit, we chose Sharon and Stan from a field of many deserving nominees. And I'd like to take a moment to tell you who some of those other people were, because I feel it was an honor just to be nominated. They include Donald Marsh, the man singularly responsible for bringing culture to the tri-state area in the form of plays and concerts. For over 25 years, he has directed Presby Players and is the organizer of the popular high tea concerts at the First Presbyterian Church in Port Jervis. Catherine Westfall was also nominated. She's a dynamic lady who is the indefatigable force behind the Heritage Day celebration in Port Jervis, and who decorates her yard every Halloween with hundreds of creatures she assembles herself, to the delight of young and old alike. Michael Warden Jr. was nominated. He's a young man who I am sure will win the award one day. Michael is Vice President of Access 8 TV and helped to organize a rally last year in support of Desert Storm troops. Eleanor Samarano, School Secretary at Sullivan Avenue School, was nominated for her humanitarian efforts on behalf of children. Sherry Lee Herman, who suffers from multiple sclerosis and is an immovable force for the right of the disabled in the tri-state area, was nominated also. She recently produced an Access 8 TV program called Eye to Eye to confront handicapped issues. Eileen Comfort, a volunteer for veterans organizations and organizer of a victory parade for Operation Desert Storm troops returning from the war. Ann Bernathy, a tireless volunteer for the Pike County Family Fair, was nominated. Kim Ludwig, who is active in the Neighborhood Watch group of her Huguenot Trailer Park. Bob Major of Madam Morris, who helped get grant money to upgrade Airport Park. Julia Sylvia, a member of the Port Jervis Library Board of Trustees, of Rotary, and one of the founders and members emeritus of the Board of Trustees of the Port Jervis Daycare Center. Daniel Zworin, a coordinator of the Lumberland Lions Health Fair and a Mercy Hospital volunteer. Rich Wilson, for various benefits he performs as an entertainer. May Lloyd, organizer of the Pike County Humane Society and volunteer to help senior citizens. David W. Case, a dedicated member of the Port Jervis Elks Lodge, who is especially involved in their youth programs. Robert Urich, director of the Pike Street Arts Center. Thomas D'Agostino, a volunteer for the Center for Developmental Disabilities in Pike County. And Wayne Sankey Hughes, who creates a wonderful haunted house at Halloween every year, which thousands of people visit, and he gives the proceeds to worthy causes. It's a wonderful list of deserving people, but there can be only one winner, 2 this year, and we applaud them all. Here to celebrate tonight with Stan and Sharon are members of their family, and I'd like to introduce them to you now. First, Ann Siegel, Stan's mother. Sharon's parents, Lowell and Pat Holtz. Their sons, Brian and Kevin Siegel. Tom and Patty Hash, Sharon's sister and brother-in-law. Doug and Denise Holtz, Sharon's brother and sister-in-law. And at this time, I'd like to read a letter to you from a family member who could not be here tonight, Stan's brother in California. There's a certificate that goes with it. Dear Sharon and Stanley, Ben, the children, and I want to extend our best wishes and congratulations to you. We are delighted that the Gazette has chosen you for this occasion. They could not have chosen a more deserving couple than the two of you collectively and individually. We feel lucky to have become a part of your lives and that we have become friends. Your generosity and kindness does not go unnoticed. You can always be counted upon for community involvement and for family assistance. In the busy schedule you keep, there is always time for the family. We regret that we could not be there in person to present to you our certificate of appreciation. We are there in spirit and in heart. We wish you a happy day and send our love and mazel tov to you. At this time, I'd like to call upon Joanne Drake, a representative from Assemblyman John Bonasic's office, to say a few words.
Assemblyman Bonasic had asked me to apologize to Mr. and Mrs. Siegel that he was not personally able to be here with you this evening. He also wanted me to thank the Tri-State Gazette for including him in their list of people that were invited tonight. He asked me to present the certificate for the New York State Assembly. And it reads, whereas a great state is only as great as those persons who give exemplary service to their community, whether through participation in voluntary programs, through unique personal achievement in their professional or other endeavors, or simply through a lifetime of good citizenry. And whereas such service, which is truly the lifeblood of the community and the state, so often goes unrecognized and unrewarded, now therefore be it resolved that as a duly elected member of the State Assembly of New York, I recognize that in Sharon Siegel we have an outstanding citizen who is worthy of the esteem of both the community and the great state of New York. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and signature, John J. Bonasek, member of Assembly. And I also have a certificate from the Assembly. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Drake. Our next speaker, who also has a presentation to make to you tonight, is Molly Almick, who's representing Ben Gilman.
Mr. Gilman is in session in Washington and asked me to attend for two of his friends this evening. Says, I deeply regret that my congressional duties in Washington prevent me from joining personally at your Citizens of the Year award ceremony. I have asked Molly Almick, my district office manager and a lifelong resident of the tri-state area, to extend my regrets and my greetings to all. I am especially pleased to ask Mrs. Almick to extend my congratulations to two old and dear friends, Sharon and Stan Siegel of Port Jervis, upon this long overdue recognition. For many years, Sharon and Stan have come to personify the concept of community service. Their efforts in organizing and sustaining